Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a quick mini review of Escapade Gourmande, one of the most hyped up vanilla perfumes of the last year or so. I finally got my hands on it. I did blind purchase it. I should know better. There was a really good chance that it would work out for me, but it was so popular that I knew that if I didn't like it, I would have a very easy time passing it on, and I did. But I wanted to get this review out for you guys just because it is so hyped. And yeah, if you're new here, I would love if you would consider subscribing. And without further ado, let's get started in today's little perfume review. Okay guys, so this is going to be a super short and sweet video. I just wanted to get my thoughts out on this perfume before I pass it on. I've actually already sold it, but I just wanted to do a quick review before I passed it on. So this is Escapade Gourmande from Maison Mataha, I believe is how you say it. And this is easily one of the most hyped up vanillas, both of the moment, but also for the last like 6 months to a year, I would say. And just to sum it up in a nutshell, I was kind of let down by this fragrance. I was very underwhelmed. I know that I told you guys in my Bianco Latte video that whenever there's a perfume that is very vanilla dominant like this, and it's very like gourmand and warm and cozy and vanilla-y, whenever it's a perfume like that, they just tend to go viral because they are yummy and delicious and cozy and vanilla-y, and people just seem to love these type of scents. This one in particular, though, I was a little bit let down. So where do I begin with this? So I tried Bianco Latte about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago already, you guys. And I did a review on that perfume, and that perfume was actually amazing, like very, very addictive. But like I told you guys in my Bianco Latte video, there was something about it. I just felt it was pulling a little bit coconut on me, and I also didn't like the powderiness that I was getting from it. I felt the powderiness was a little too much. I do have a hard time with coumarin sometimes, and there is coumarin in Bianco Latte. I believe there's also coumarin in this perfume. So I told you guys in that video that I was hoping that Escapade Gourmande, that I would like it better. And I also had not tried Accident à la Vanille yet, which I now have tried. And basically I was just thinking in my head that something out there must be better than Bianco Latte. I was like, Bianco Latte was almost perfect, but it just was that little bit of a powderiness that was bothering me. And also the fact that I also picked up some coconut, which you guys know, if you watch my channel, I really don't like coconut. So if something smells too coconutty on me, I don't have a very easy time wearing it. So I was really hoping that Escapade Gourmande would be the vanilla, like would have something special about it. So I don't have the notes memorized, but I believe that there is vanilla. I want to say that there's sugar in here and tonka bean, and I'm not sure what else. So this perfume, you guys, pretty much smells almost identical, not identical, I guess if I put them side by side, but what it really reminds me of is Tihoda, Indelt Tihoda. It has the same warm, musky quality that Indelt Tihoda has. It does smell along the lines of like a Vanilla Bean Noel from Bath & Body Works, that kind of direction. Not that it's better quality than that, but just in case you're wondering what it smells like. So it smells very similar to Indelt Tihoda, but it also smells a little bit like Fire at Will from Javoy, which I also used to have. I also used to have Indelt Tihoda, by the way. Didn't love it. Like, it was a really nice vanilla, but there was something about it that I just didn't enjoy. It was kind of too basic and too musky. And it just was too much of a plain vanilla musk. And for me, that's what this is too. It's too much of a plain vanilla sugar musk. That's what it is. It is a very straight up, very beautiful, don't get me wrong, very beautiful, very warm, kind of a creme brulee, sugary, vanilla-y experience. Amazing lasting power. I don't know where... Like, I saw a couple reviews saying that it didn't have good performance for the price. That's nonsense. This has great performance. I can smell it like wafting off of myself all day. It hangs around in my clothing for at least a couple of days, and it leaves a really nice trail, and it lasts forever on skin. So really good performance with this. That's not an issue. Packaging, also really beautiful. But yeah, I was kind of let down because when I sprayed this, immediately all I thought was, this is kind of like Indelt Tihoda meets Fire at Will. It has the musky vanilla quality from Tihoda, and it has the sugary quality from Fire at Will. And both of those perfumes just were not for me. I like something a little brighter, I need something to kind of make it a little bit different and a little bit more special, sort of. Maybe some like orchid or some floral notes, or some caramel or something in it to just jazz it up a little bit and make it not such a basic plain vanilla musk. That's just my personal preference though, you guys. Had I smelled this perfume, honestly, had I smelled this perfume like 3 years ago when I was just starting my perfume journey, I would have been absolutely obsessed and thought it was probably the greatest thing I ever laid my nose on. And I really think that thanks to TikTok, thanks to YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, thanks to platforms like that making perfumes like this go viral, and a lot of people who are kind of maybe new to perfume, they smell this, they're like, oh my God, greatest thing ever. But if you actually compare it to like all the vanillas that are out there, there's so many different like little nuances and stuff. And for me personally, I much prefer something with a little bit of caramel, something to make it a little kind of brighter, not so musky, a little bit more interesting and nuanced, maybe some floral notes, something just to make it just a little bit more interesting. And I'm not trying to discount the opinions of people who love this, but for me personally, it's just not my cup of tea. Yeah, so I was kind of let down. Like, I don't like this kind of like warm, musky, creme brulee type of experience. I like something a little brighter, and I don't know if that's making sense. Not so warm, something a little more on the cool side. Does that make sense? Like, for example, think Bond No. 9 Tribeca. Tribeca had that beautiful, bright kind of ambroxan caramel touch to it that just made it smell a little bit more bright and sparkling and sweet, but not in a warm, cozy, sweet direction. Also, Bianco Latte, which I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to give that one another chance. I'm going to see if I can get past the bit of a powderiness that was bothering me, because aside from that powderiness, Bianco Latte was really, really good. And it had that caramel, which made it kind of smell bright and crystalline almost. It wasn't like warm and musky. Bianco Latte was more like, I don't know, it gave me the color white, which I'm probably biased because the bottle was white and it was like white and blue and beige, but it smelled like it had a brighter, cooler feeling to it, whereas this is like a warmer, muskier feeling. And I just think that I prefer something with caramel. Another perfume that I really, really like that's a vanilla perfume is Vanilla, Mazzolari Vanilla. Again, that one has caramel and it has orchid. So it has something to add a little bit of a sweet floral perfumey touch. It's not just a straight up musky vanilla. I get so bored with a musky vanilla. I can't even, like, they're just not for me. Yeah, so Vanilla had this sweet, bright caramel. It also had this pretty feminine orchid. So it was like, it just went in a slightly different direction. Still a vanilla dominant perfume, but not the same direction. I don't know how to describe it. If you haven't smelled Vanilla, I really recommend getting a sample. I don't have that perfume, but I did have a bottle and I unfortunately sold it because it was leaking. But that was a vanilla perfume that I would have thought about bringing back, but then I was like, no, let me try Escapade Gourmande. Maybe this will be the one. So I recently had a chance to try Accident à la Vanille, which is different than this one. It's a little bit more gourmand, it's a little bit more sweet, and it does have a bit of a buttered caramel popcorn kind of touch in the opening. I should do a direct comparison between this Accident à la Vanille and Bianco Latte because I have samples now of all three. So I will have to do that video and go in depth and tell you guys like exactly what I pick up in the nuances. But what I will say about this one is I just like was completely underwhelmed. Beautiful perfume, great performance. I think that if you like this scent profile, it's totally 100% worth the money. This is not a cheap bottle. It is a 100 ml and it's an extrait de parfum. So for the price, which is roughly 300 Canadian dollars, I think it's 100% worth it. Have you guys seen the price of designer perfumes these days? Like weak perfumes that do not last and are not unique and are not special and are not extrait concentrations are going for like $180, 180 Canadian dollars. So when you get a perfume like this that is not even twice the price, but you're getting definitely twice the quality, I think it's totally worth it. I think that designer prices with perfumes these days are absolutely out of control. I can't believe the markup, and that's one of the reasons I'm going more in the niche direction, because you guys, if I'm going to spend $200 on a perfume, it better be amazing. It better be really good quality, really interesting, blow my mind a little bit. I'm not spending $180 on Marc Jacobs. Like, if you think I'm spending $180 on Marc Jacobs, you have another thing coming. So anyway, let me just take the cap off here and give this a sniff. Yeah, so this is really, really nice. Again, if this was the first vanilla I'd ever smelled, and if I had smelled this earlier on in my perfume journey, I think I would have been totally in love with this, and I would have thought it was really good. It is really good. It's sugary, it's warm, it's a creme brulee, smells good enough to eat, musky, not super powdery. I'm not actually getting a ton of tonka bean. But I just, like, I knew pretty much instantly as soon as I sprayed this, I was just so let down because I just thought this is pretty much Tihoda and Fire at Will. Those two perfumes met and had a child, literally, you guys. Tihoda, Fire at Will, had a baby. This is it. I've owned both of those perfumes and I have passed them both on. So I was just instantly let down because I was hoping that this would be different. I was hoping that this would have that special something, you know, especially for all the hype that it got. I just was hoping. Plus, I love the bottle. The bottle is really beautiful. The name is really pretty. Like, everything about it is really nice, but it left me at the end of the day wanting more. And I will just say it. I might be eating my words a little bit, but Bianco Latte is better than this, in my opinion. Perfume is very subjective. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there. In fact, I did a poll on Instagram asking people, do you prefer Bianco Latte or Escapade Gourmande? And it was about half and half divided. So half people prefer this and the other half prefer Bianco. So it totally is like up to you and your taste and your preferences. For me personally, I like the scent profile better of Bianco Latte 100%. I'm all about that sweet, white, bright caramel vanilla. That's what I like. Like I said, had it not had that coumarin, it would have been the perfect scent for me. Like, I was struggling. I was like, do I want to keep it? Do I not want to keep it? But honestly, you guys, there's something about Bianco Latte that is so addictive. There's something when, like, I actually got another sample in my possession again, and as soon as I smelled the sample, I was like, yes, this is the one. This is better. So yeah, so that's really about it, you guys. That's my thoughts on Escapade Gourmande. Beautiful perfume, worth the price. Just for me personally, a bit of a letdown. I think just because I've smelled already so many different vanillas, and this is not that special compared to a lot of other vanillas that are out there. It's a great one. It's very good. I will say it has better performance than Fire at Will, like much, much better performance. And I think it's better than Fire at Will because it's less fleeting. Fire at Will was a little weaker and a little bit more fleeting, and I felt like I had to spray more of Fire at Will, although Fire at Will is cheaper. And Tihoda, honestly, between this one and Tihoda, I'd probably go with this one because this one, it has an added sugary sweetness that Tihoda doesn't have. So this one is better in that aspect. And I've asked a few people around me what they thought about this, and they all thought it smelled beautiful. Like, everyone likes how this smells. It smells really nice. Nothing wrong with it. But just for me, I was personally hoping it would just have that kind of it factor, that little like pizzazz, like wow factor that I was just hoping it would have and it didn't have. And for me, Bianco Latte actually has that. It actually has that. I'm going to be sharing with you guys a perfume layering combination that if you layer it with Bianco Latte, you will be the best smelling person in the room. You'll be the best smelling person in town. So stay tuned for that video. And yeah, I'm going to end it here. Short and sweet. Those are my thoughts. Let me know if you guys have tried this, what your thoughts were, and let me know if you have a vanilla that you like better than Escapade Gourmande, and also if you've tried this one compared to some others, what is your preference? So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in my next one.